So we also run the Yetter cast twister wheels for closing wheels. The reason we like these versus some of the other wheels is we like the spike that goes in and breaks up any of the sidewall compaction and firms that seed back closed. Plus the wide area in between packs it back down together and gets the air pockets and everything out. And it's kind of like the best of both worlds, in our opinion, with this style closing wheel. It works really, really good in the rye cover crop where we have a lot of root mass, and sometimes that's kind of hard to push that completely back shut and keep it shut. The twisters do a real good job of penetrating that and forcing that back together. And then, like I say, it gives it enough firming action with that in between being wider.
So our starter system on the planter, the 8 70-gallon tanks are for our 2x2x0, and then for our in-furrow tank, it is not on the planter, but it's on the front mounted on the front of the tractor. It's a 225-gallon tank. Overall rate per acre that we run on starter is about 23, I think we're running this year, 23 gallon to the acre. In furrow, we're running about 5 gallon to the acre. We were running in that 3 gallon to the acre range, but with going to a 722.2, we're upping that to 4 gallon for that mix. Plus we're having adding in some other fertility products, fungicide, sugar, insecticides. So we'll bump that up to a 5 gallon rate and add water to round that out. Another thing that we're adding to the planter this year, upgrading on our planter, is GBGI parallel arms. This is a double bushing design, so it is always riding on a bushing and it's not wearing into the steel itself. Our parallel arms weren't very wore. There was maybe a 1/4 inch of slop in them, and they were original arms, original bushings, everything. We've never had an issue with them. This was a tip from a guy that changed to Delta Force from Air Force out in Iowa. He said if your arms are even slightly wore, he would recommend upgrading your arms at the same time. GBGI actually does make a built-in Delta Force bracket, so if you actually were going to do this, you could go to their Delta Force lower arms that has the bracket built into the cast, so it's all one complete cast unit then. So this planter is technically no longer a John Deere planter anymore. It may look the part, but is electronically no longer a John Deere planter. So with this being a CAN-based frame control system, we've completely eliminated that with an Ag-Express kit, which is part of this harness right here that will get wired into this box. So the Seed Star system from John Deere is completely eliminated on this. All the John Deere ISO harnesses have been eliminated on this. So there's no more John Deere brown box and no more fold box from John Deere in the cab. It'll just be a Ag-Express fold box. And we were having some issues with the main backbone harness on our planter. For those of you that have a 1770 Conservation Series planter, which may be just a few of you, but I would recommend looking in the middle of your planter where your main backbone harness is, and just looking to see if you're having any rubbing on your wiring harness there, because that is what we later on figured out what was the issue with our planter. So there's only one harness that runs up to the tractor then. There's no harnesses in the beams or anything. It's just one harness that gets wired into there and completely bypasses all the John Deere electronics on this planter. So technically, at this point, it's just a green and yellow toolbar. With precision SRM backbone harnesses run completely through it. All of that will be on top of the beams, and it will all be nice and wrapped up and done nice and tidy, so it's not a mess like how the John Deere harnessing was. So it'll be really super clean and really basic and very easy to work on if you ever needed to work on any electrical issues with precision, which I don't really foresee having, hopefully.